Hello. Hi, everyone. I don't know what happened there. Well, I know I was making a cup of tea, but I was live when I left, and then coming back up, I wasn't. So maybe give it a minute or so to wait for everything to kick in, and anyone to get a notification or whatever that we're live and it's happening. Hopefully, I'm coming through okay. Hopefully, you can see Marty. He's moved away a bit, hasn't he? We'll use this time to try and get the best shot on the Marty cam. Always zooms itself out. I don't know why. Can this camera keep its settings? These cameras that were... I suppose one's looking at me, one's getting used, but these cameras were bought to film the games on the table and they're rubbish. Never get over the disappointment of that. Oh, there's all markings on this piece of paper. We can't have that, can we? Start again. Hi everyone, hi James, John, Steve. Hey Truck Driving Gamer, how's it going? We are, after a bit of a hiatus, I can't remember when the last one was it September? We are back with the Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. I don't think the right thing will appear with this button. Let me change which picture it's linking to. Oh, why did you call the... No, I don't want it called... It doesn't have to be called what the old file was called. Where did I save the picture? I thought I put it in the downloads folder. Why would you put it somewhere other than the downloads folder? Export. Export. The iCloud downloads folder. Nobody's going to see it there. Okay, that's why the wrong fort's showing up. This is why we need those extra few minutes. Is it going to work now? Boom! There we go. Yes, we're Fort 13, aren't we? I'm coming through all right. Brilliant. Thank you. Hey, Hans. How's it going? So, yeah, we are on quite a streak now. I can't remember what I think there was a couple of losses at the beginning. Maybe 3. But for a long, long time now, we have had a lovely streak of wins. So we are coming into Fort 13 with a couple of bonuses from Fort 12. And Fort 13 is going to be Uxalodanum, which was the largest fort on Hadrian's Wall. So there are no extra rules for this, but we must complete the fort, the wall, and the city, and score 80 or more points. And for the challenge, we need 12 or more points from path cards, which... Yeah, they go up to 3 points, don't they? So that's full points on 4 out of 6 of them. I might be regretting my words later on, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's going to be turning the screws on as this game. Not that it's going to be easy, but yeah, there's not any harrowing extra thing. Disdain is I'm a lot more worried about. It's a lot harder to get done, although we have done it, haven't we? So, yeah, before we get started... Oh, yeah, about to say about subtitles. Not in live. Steve furiously typing up subtitles as I'm going. If you'd like to support the channel, there are ways to do it in the corner of the screen. Just patreon.com/slickerdrips. There's Ko-fi. There are links for them in the description. They are the reason that this is able to happen, that I'm able to be here right now. And earlier, filming things and editing things. And, hey, your name could be up here somewhere. Your Patreon donations will go towards Dreamies for Marty and classes to help me learn where to point on the camera. So I think, other than that, we're ready to go. I thank Steve Bott. Truck Driving Gamer, you got Keep the Heroes Out. Oh, I haven't seen that. A fun little dungeon defense game where you play as the monsters trying to keep the heroes from stealing your treasure. That sounds cool. I'm hoping... Oh, the thing that helped me out downstairs a little bit as well is that Frosthaven just arrived. I mean, speaking of massive, scary arrivals, the days of, like, when did we get the first one? Like, when did we get Gloomhaven? Like, February 2017, I think we got that. I was doing this, but obviously very, very part-time, just like once a week or so. And, yeah, there was loads of time for campaigns back then. I think we ended up doing like 3 separate Gloomhaven campaigns, none of which finished, but they got a lot of the way there. Frosthaven, it's terrifying me as much as it's excited me. But yeah, I've maybe I should do an unboxing or something. I imagine there's loads of them though, because it's arriving in America, isn't it? Yeah, I flicked to the bit where Rach and I are game designers. Would you believe it? We've got a couple of scenarios in Frosthaven. I don't spoil anything about them, but yeah, I wanted to dig through and look at things relating to those scenarios. It's really cool. But enough about that. It is Hadrian's Wall time. I just, in the preparation for this stream, as I was getting the game out, I just sleeved it. I bought these sleeves a while ago, and the reason these days that I don't sleeve games is that it's not very nice on camera. It's not as nice, is it? You can't see it as lovely and clearly as if it was just out like that. But yeah, I suppose like this has been played 20 plus times. Starting to get white on the edges of some of the cards, and for me that won't do. I don't know, it's a sign it's getting played. It's a sign it's getting loved. I like this being perfect though. You do you. Right, so we are getting some lovely stuff. Then, don't forget the order of everything. You are picking your 2 cards. It's been a couple of months. So we are choosing between filled temples or collected goods. I'm not really sure which way I'd go with either of those. I like this shape for the scouting. It's just easier to fit in, although this would do, wouldn't it? What would we like more of to start with? More servants not necessarily gonna help out. So we already got 3 from the card. I mean, I know they're used for other things. I think a resource and a citizen is gonna be more useful. So but I never fill the temples though. If we're talking about getting points from these things, which should be your priority, you're much more likely to get goods than fill the temples. Going on past experience. So I'm going to go on collected goods for the points, and I'm going to go on this for the... Oh, this is a bit too far along, isn't it? I'm going to go for this for the shape and the bonuses, and then income is just a single resource at the moment. And we've got a couple of things that we can copy off the bot should we need to. Marty, you're in the way now. There's a shape and a number if we want to copy. I think generally across the campaign, I don't tend to use the bot's things. Maybe if we're going to do goods, as it gets towards the end and you need a particular number, or if your shape's gone and you really need something for scouting, it's good to have them there. You've got Atua today, but it's a Christmas present, so you have to put it away and open it at Christmas time. You need to buy like a shrink wrap machine so you can have a sneaky play and then reseal it all. You got Fox in the Forest duet hands. I haven't played that either. Yeah, it would be interesting and sad if Skeleton wasn't allowed. Is that coming up in the other ones? Just have a quick glance at the next things. No, there's extra fake cards, extra invasions and stuff. Extra things to fill. Oh, Fort 16 really throws a lot of stuff at you. So we've still got like 3 more after this. But yeah, I've got not necessarily an objective, more a compulsion to fill in the scouting as soon as I can. Right then, so here's what we've got. So we'd better get doing stuff, haven't we? If we're going to get this scouting done, then we'd better get spending some civilians on that. So I've got so many servants, I think we would be daft not to get a couple of them in mining and foresting. Get a resource, get a production for the rest of the game. The others, I don't know, are we going to get the medium granary straight away? Then we wouldn't have enough servants to go all the way, but it's quite easy to get the servants for other stuff. I mean, we could just put the citizens down and get the small precinct quite early on. That would probably be quite doable. If we want to do the entire fort wall and Sippy by the end, we're going to have to, I think, pop a builder on here. So now we can build the medium granary if we had the stuff for it. You know, that's tempting to do and get towards the market earlier, rather than just spread it out and get the rewards off stuff. Like, resource can go quite nicely on the wall, which gets us a citizen. So these things are like easier decisions when you're immediately going to get something for everything that you're spending. It's quite nice, isn't it? I suppose the scouting will get me a resource and a servant. So it is always tempting to do that. But starting with so few builders, I mean, I can get more, can't I, in Imperatores, performers. I can put soldiers down here if I really want to. I mean, 3 citizens here will give me the builder to go down here, but it just can't really do anything yet. It would be nice to get... Yeah, it's a bit too early to be thinking about the courthouse or anything like that, or the gardens. You know, something's calling to me about the small precinct. Now, my normal thing of pop something down into the scouting, I'm just kind of thinking with so few builders, where are all those resources going to go? So maybe we should just spread the citizens out for now. Maybe get the precinct next time. We've got 4, but if we can get more builders and things, we can pop more things down. So I think, let's go for Imperatores, because I'm probably not going to build the theatre or the Ludus Gladiatorius. I enjoyed the fort where I was forced to do that, because I never usually do the gladiators. So we've still got 3 more. And we could be, you know, just pop in a couple in the granary. Just because we've got so many servants in this first round. You know what? 1 on the traders there gets me a servant. I'm going to go medium granary round 1, which I think I usually do. And then I've got 3 servants here for some more mining and foresting. Another resource right now. And another production for next time. So we're already on 3 for that. I've still got a couple, so we could still do some scouting. What have we got? The T-shape. Could still get a couple of resources, but that's not that much good to me, is it? Especially since we would get a resource from trying to do scouting this early. It's like maybe just going for traders at the start would be a decent idea. We're ready for it next time. We'd get the builder that we could pop down, which lets us use the other 2 resources. Yeah, I like the idea of that. So not scouted in round 1. I don't like it. I feel wrong. You on the wall, you on the sip. You're not getting me anything right now, but we're ready to in round 2. And then I've got these 2. Now, I could have just saved one, put one of these soldiers on the fort, and then I could have put that resource on the wall for another citizen to do something with. Do you know what? So I'm glad these pens are erasable. I'm going to do that. So you can go on the fort, because soldiers can go on the fort. You can go up on the wall guard, though, because that will give us 1 cohort. Because we're only going to get attacked once. And leave it to you as usual. Where do you think we should defend? Left, centre, or right? So far, middle has come out, but there's an entire deck of cards. It doesn't really give you much information. Middle is very minutely less likely to happen. So I've got them. Oh, so yeah, I could have used the resource instead to get a citizen, which I can then use to get a builder, which I can then use on the fort to get a citizen again, which I can use on the patricians to get a resource, which I can use on here to get me a renown and another cohort. So what votes have we got? Right and left. Well, that's perfect, because now I've got 2. Yeah, not scouted on turn 1. Sinister Dexter. Hey, Board Games with Thomas. I'm Board Games with Thomas as well. I'm glad you could catch it. So yeah, if it's going to be centre now, I'm going to be very sad. But I think that's a better use of stuff. Not as far along the wall guard, but good to get these combos, good to get us moving a bit early, especially since we're already got this medium granary going. Yeah, maybe should have done the small hotel. We can't have everything though. One picked attack in year one, and it's coming from the right, so we defend it. We get one Valor and no Disdain. And then what happens? We clear everything away and get ready for the next round. So the stuff that I am getting is going to be 2 soldiers, 2 builders, 2 servants, 1 citizen, 1 resource. Then, obviously your middle as well. My 2 choices for points are going to be constructed landmarks and total gladiator strength. So points-wise, gladiator, constructed landmarks is possible, probable, I would say. Total gladiator strength, I'm probably not going to do. Again, going off past achievements, so that will give me another servant and resource. Don't like that shape for scouting. You can still do stuff with it. Just got to make sure you're leaving gaps to fill everything in towards the end. We've got the bots cards. If I'm happy to take an extra picked attack, I can use these shapes or numbers for goods. And then production, which is just going to be 3 resources. And what would we like to build? So I'm already kind of geared up to do the small precinct if I'm happy to spend my servant and citizen. I know it's my only citizen right now, but I think that's a good spend because it's a resource, it's a production, it's a piety, which is a point, and it'll hopefully lead to more later. The small hotel is tempting. It's not just tempting, it's happening. Let's build the... I'm not doing so much switching with angles, am I? The small hotel we will build because we can have a citizen right now and for the rest of the game. And I just got rid of our only citizen. I've got a lot of resources to potentially do the workshop, you know. If we pop the next builder in there, that's level 3, so we're allowed to build it. I've got 5 resources. Spending 3 of them isn't a lot to me, actually. Caught up a bit on the buildings, I think. Now, scouting with that shape. I think we could at least do 1. We have to get to level 2 on patricians, though, unfortunately. So we're going to have to spend our citizen going there. Always like doing some scouting. So I think I'm going to go like this, because you can rotate the shape. It's that Tetris ES shape. So we can still do the L over here later on. I think I've got another L coming along. Yeah, because that's going to get me a resource and a servant. I decided what campaign I'll do after the Hadrian's Wall scenarios. No. And I've given myself, by not having time to do a couple of forts, I've kind of given myself a bit more time, haven't I? But maybe it'll be Legacy of You, because I think that should be arriving with people by the time that I'm finished with this, and we could do a campaign of that, which isn't as many games. All right, is it an 8-game campaign? I've got so many campaign things I could do. Some, like say Frosthaven, it would be amazing to just have that as a thing you could just pull out every Friday or something like that. But I think the streams might get too long, and it's just a very big commitment to make, isn't it? And I always think it's a shame if you're going to do these things, like say I've done the Scythe Rise of Fenris campaign, which is all filmed now and just has to have time for editing and to go up. Like, that had a bit of a month gap in it, or maybe a bit longer than a month. I mean to keep doing it, but when there's gaps in things, it really messes stuff up. I'm not sure really. Yeah, there's loads of stuff about Lands of Galzira I want to carry on with. Rach needs to be there for that one. which hasn't been possible in the last few weeks. But yeah, I want to carry on with so many things, but like, yeah, you've always got to keep new games in there somewhere. Something for everyone. I haven't really decided yet. We'll put it to a vote at some point, I think. What am I doing? What am I even talking about? We could spend one of these resources for sure, getting another citizen. I think that's going to help us out. We can't do another scout until we've got 4 at the bottom of here. We're close to being able to build the market. I do have the stuff to do it, but I wouldn't be able to activate the market yet. I think you would be better off. Could you get another servant? Go along the priest's track there. Get another servant. Spend 3 servants. 1, 2, 3. You're going to end up with too many resources. Another production. Another resource. And then, I mean, we can just spend 2 on the sippy, but we have got a builder waiting here that can get me another citizen. Another citizen could get me another soldier. And then 2 soldiers on the wall guard is another cohort. That's the only immediate reward from a citizen right now, so I think I will do that. But we could, on the other hand, the goal is, isn't it, to go all the way along these 3 tracks. So maybe we do at least 1 on the fort. Give me a discipline right now. Because 2 of these resources can go along the wall. Give me another cohort. Now 2 cards are coming out. I think I'm gonna... What do you reckon? I can hedge my bets and go in the middle. So we've got 1 covered on everything. Or do you think we should double up our defences in one direction? I think probably centre, right? Second idea is see a campaign of Mystic Veil Nemesis. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I need to, like, I've been using the, if you're on Patreon, you can join the Discord, and there is a game requests section in the Discord. I've been trying to remember to use that for this month, so I don't forget all the options that have come in December's vote. There's so many cool things coming up that there is no time for it in a normal month, never mind one that Christmassy things are going to take up. But yeah, we could be having Frosthaven, we could be having Oathsworn, we could be having so many things. Weather Machine if it arrives. A cover middle, I think you're right, it's what I would go with. So now we've got a resource left. That's going to have to... Oh, it isn't? Yeah, it is going to have to go on the sippy in the first space, because I haven't... Like, this is linked now, but you've got to do left to right on the places. And I could get another citizen here, but I think we're better off. Let's move along the wall guard a bit. Get another discipline. Nearly got something else unlocked there. I feel like I'm off to a bit of a slow start. What do you think? I've got no data for that. It's just a feeling. Maybe I always feel this way at the start. Round 2. Oh, I'm getting new things. This is a picked attack, not what I'm starting with. Get those back in the box. 2 picked attacks. I'm just starting the next round. Oh, that was easy. We did actually breeze through. They came from different directions, luckily. So defended against both. The grey number is 2. That means 2 more Valor, and we do get a soldier. But we're going to get a different configuration of things. 2 more soldiers. 2 builders. A servant, a citizen, and 2 resources. That's a lot of resources. Maybe it's time to do the market. And then we've got 2 come out from each direction now. Our choices for the points: Final Disdain or completed wall sections. Well, we've got to complete the wall, haven't we? So that should be the thing we do for points, even though I want that shape. Have I already got rid of that shape? No. So there is another one of that shape in my deck, right? Where are my discards? Oh, they're just here, aren't they? Okay, so this is the last tier, I think. Are they all there twice? I can't remember. So I'm getting a builder and a citizen. And then where are we at? Income, which is 5 resources and a citizen and a builder. Here we go. Here's where we're getting all of the stuff. Here's where there's too much for a tray. So, The market's quite tempting. We've got so many resources right now, and we could start pouring them in there and start earning some renown. And we don't necessarily need servants anymore for this income, because I've spent so many already. So I think we're going to go for... We've got to be at level 4 to build the market. Let's get at level 4 on the traders. I'm doing a lot of throwing resources from hand to hand this game. Build the market, which gets me a renown. And so when you've built the market, depending on your level that you're at and the traders, you can spend a resource to get a good. Because any number would work, I'm just going to draw from the deck. So we just look at this number here. It's a number 4. So we write that in there. Did I spend the resource? I don't think I spent the resource. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Whoop. And your first, second, or third unique number gets you a renown. So I have made a citizen back. I think a builder should go in here because that's also a citizen. Now, a couple of scouts would be quite nice, especially if a couple of citizens on patricians there can get me a renown and a resource. We've got 3 soldiers, haven't we? What shapes would I leave myself in? I'm thinking an upside down T here, and then a sideways T here. And then I want an S. Have I got rid of both of my S's already? No, I think an S can still come out. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be too bad. We're kind of... It's going to be another couple of rounds before we ever finish this, but I think that would be all right. Upside down T there that doesn't get me anything. Well, that's a right way up T. You're thinking upside down the way it is on a card. And then another scout to do the sideways one, which will get me a resource and a servant. So we don't want another one because we want to finish this off. But I have done 2 complete rows here. You get a valor per complete row. So there's some more points coming in. Okay. Again, tons of resources. If we put some more citizens... Probably want another citizen up in the traders because then we could activate this a couple more times. So even moving on these things a little bit, I've got so much stuff, and this does get me a resource back. So spend that to do this market position, which is going to be a number 1. I'm happy with that. That's a different number. So I get a renown. And I think I'll do it one more time this round. It's a 2. That's a different number. Quite lucky with this. So you can see, as we go on, and you need... So your first, second, and third numbers all get you a renown each. So I get a citizen from that. Your 4th and 5th unique numbers get you 2 renown each. Your 6th unique number gets you 3 renown. And if you activate these ones here that need you to be at level 8 or 9, you can get a servant or a builder when you activate them. So you can see, like, when it gets down to you only needing a certain number, like I've got 1 and 2, and they have gone from the bot. Oh, I haven't seen this round's cards, have we? Like, he's got a 4 and a 2. I've already got them. I'm not bothered. But later on, you need 1 number. You can either just risk it coming out of the deck, but you've only got 8 opportunities to draw cards from the deck, or you risk an extra picked attack to take the bot's card. Okay, I think we'll do a resource to get a renown there. We're probably going to have to move along with the builders a little bit. So we're at building level 4. I could, if I can get another servant, I could do the small road. Immediately I could only choose piety or discipline, but that would get me another builder. Can I get another servant? If I spend the citizens I've got on the priests or the performers. Priests might not be a bad thing because we can get towards the gardens. I don't mind that idea. So then we've got servant, builder, resource. So I can choose a piety or a discipline now. I think I will choose a discipline because that gives me an immediate reward of the builder back. A resource gets me that servant. Not servant, citizen. Then I think You could go up on the wall guard. So we're even on the cohorts right now. I'm getting a new one. We have had 4 come from the right, 3 from the middle, 2 from the left. Still barely any variation, really, to matter statistically. But 1 more cohort's coming in. Which direction do you think we should defend from? So that's the soldier spent. These 2 resources get me another cohort there. Or, you know, we've got the builder. So what else are we going to do with the builder? I mean, we could go to level 6 here and draw more cards from the deck and hope for a different number. Can build the gardens at level 4, but I need a servant and I haven't got one anymore. Keep going along this, because now we've got 2 citizens. Two citizens, 3 resources. Or you can keep going along this so we could do the scouting next time, but we probably will get people to do that. Just thinking 1 more builder moves me along here, and then I can get this cohort and renown. I can right now just get this cohort. And another citizen, actually. Maybe we should go this way. Spend the resources 1, 2, 3, because the building in the city doesn't rely on the wall. It relies on, both of them rely on the fort and doing the particular row left to right. So another cohort. What did we vote for? Middle. Left and middle. Well, you didn't know 2 were coming, but 2 are coming. So now I've got another servant, which can probably end up getting me something I can use. But why don't we get to the level we want with the small gardens as piety? We might need to end up building the baths if we want to get rid of some disdain. It's not vital, is it? It's just to stop you losing a load of points. It might be nice. Can move up on the patricians a little bit, ready for the next scouting. Still need to move up it another time. And we're further along on renown there. And, oh, we had that. 1 citizen left. Could get a servant. They could go on the forest inn. Doesn't get me anything right now, but again, it's building towards something. Could just go on traders, and then we've got stage 6 for the next round where we've got all these resources. Yeah, just get to level 6. So the picked attack is 4 cards. We've only got 5 defense, essentially, haven't we? They're coming from the right. That's okay. Middle is okay. Left is okay. Right is not okay. Unfortunately, right was the correct answer. So we get 1 disdain. 1 attack gets through. So what do I circle it, don't I, and then fill it in if I get rid of it? The grey number is 2. 1 got through, so we still get 1 valor, which is 1 soldier for next time. So still by far the most have come out for right, but they keep coming. That's the way it goes. And year 4 starts with 1 soldier, 2 builders, 2 servants, citizen, 2 resources. Another one from the right as well, by the way. And then our choice for points: completed wall guard sections, completed scout columns. Completed scout columns. Oh, well, we want the S shape, don't we? And completed scout columns is what I do. It's what I'm here for. So that gets me a builder and a citizen. And then 5 resources. Didn't get any more production last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a citizen, a builder, and a point. Where would I like that point? Well, piety is going to get me a servant. What do I want the most of? I could get a servant or a renown's more like... They're both going to happen, I think, this round. Maybe we'll go for renown just to get to the landmark sooner. Because we don't particularly need anything to come, do we? Because the grey number is 3 this time. Could boost to try and get the soldier next time. I'm just going to get the citizen. Just get the citizen. Now, you can't go past the 25, I suppose, is the downside of pouring it all into one. So, we give the market a go. These are last round's numbers, aren't they? Bot this round has the number 6 and the number 4. So 6 is a number that I want. Don't forget your scouting. We aren't at 7 yet, but I'm about to be. 7 gives me a soldier, which I'm going to immediately spend to do some scouting because I want this shape. You're allowed to mirror things. Gets me a resource, and we are oh so close to filling in all of the scouting rows and columns. If I get the L shape, which it's got to come out. Okay, that's that done. Then we are at 6 on the medium precinct. Well, we are at 6, so we can do the medium precinct. I feel like doing it, to be honest. I'm going to do it. That gets me a discipline and a production and a resource. Speaking of resources, we're at level 6, so let's do the market. Are we just going to... Let's just go random again. 6 is a different number and the only number the bot had to offer, so sorry. Not interested. That is my 4th unique number. So 2 renown coming in there. And we could go for it again. There's a resource waiting on the wall, so we'll do that. I think a builder needs to go on the wall, so now we could build the large granary, which we might just want to do to get it out of the way before it comes up later and I've forgotten. Definitely have a resource up here for a renown and a cohort. Do we even it out and go on right as well? Or do you think go on the left or centre and get a discipline as well? Up to you. I've got another citizen coming in. And I mean, well, we're at the small gardens, aren't we? Let's do the small gardens before I forget about that. Because they just give you a bit of everything. So building the small gardens gets me a piety, which is the servant I just spent back. A traders, which is the builder I just spent back. Performers is nothing just yet, but I'm ready for another thing. And another Now, I've already crossed off the priests instead of the piety. The piety also gives me a servant. So we've done all right there, I think. And the large gardens, we could probably do this round. Might be worth it, you know. Got a lot of resources. Just got to get to 7, which is only 2 citizens away. I'm going to do it. 2 citizens, so that gets me a servant and a piety. And then spending the things for the large gardens. Gets me, it's a piety plus 1 of everything. So, a renown, a servant, a piety, which is a servant. Preparatores is nothing just yet. Patricians is a renown. So maybe now the focus should be the large granary. It needs to be built sooner or later. Because we've got all of these servants that could be doing the foresting. Middle? Is that middle? Did I ask? Have I got a cohort waiting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for middle. Middle and get a discipline. I trust you. So we're building the large granary, aren't we? And get a renown, which is another citizen. It's all popping off. And that gives me the chance to send off. Yeah, I think let's get it done. 3 more servants up top there for a resource and a production. Nearly got all of that. And then we've still got a citizen, still got a builder. I think probably want another builder there, because then that's another citizen. Completed citizen tracks is probably going to be a decent thing to do. I would like another builder. I suppose soldier could just go down here, though. I don't necessarily need to get another builder. So you unlock level 6. Now I do need a builder. I don't think I'm going to get to do the large hotel, but we're so close to another cohort. Oh, now we've done that one. That does just get me. I can almost speak. Does just get me a cohort. I think left is another discipline, which is another builder. And then we can go on the fort with this builder, which is another discipline. It's another cohort. And then I'm going to go in right. Didn't ask you about those ones, but... So we've got 3, 3, 2. And we're about to draw 6 cards. Feeling a bit better about there, I think. Then, still got 2 citizens. Still got a soldier. Could come up on the wall guard. Still... So citizens, let's see. Level 9 gets me a resource. Shall we spend... If I get a resource, I can get another citizen, I suppose. By going along here a bit. But I'm going to get so much production. Why don't we try our luck on the market again? It's worked too many times. We've got to get a duplicate sooner or later. 1. It's a duplicate. It doesn't get us any renown, but what it does do... We're at level 8. I could have done that one and got a servant. It wouldn't particularly help me right now, though. What we have done is collected goods. Doesn't matter which numbers are filled in for this, to get the points out of that. So let's see. I don't particularly desperately want anything right now. Could have got another cohort if I hadn't spent that resource. Because I could have done citizen, get a resource, citizen, get a resource, another cohort, but I didn't. Just got excited about the gamble. I should cross off that I've done these gardens as well before I do them again. We can still spend the things, can't we? I could just gamble again. How many numbers do I need? 2 different numbers that will probably come out in the bot somehow, some way. I don't even need the bot's cards because I'm not using them this round. That's 1 spent. Yeah, let's get the other resource, and we're at level 9 there. Spend both resources, getting me another citizen, and then the citizen is going to be spent on a Peritoris to get me another soldier. Both soldiers are going to get spent on... Tempting to go there, but no, they're going to go on the wall guard. Ready for another cohort next time, I think. Get me a discipline right now. Yeah, you can watch the Arkham Fortune and Folly to see some real gambling happening. Don't give me gambling as a... Not even as objective, as a suggestion, because I'll just spend hours doing it. That's how our proper game of that Arkham Horror scenario went as well. Like 4 players worth of clues on that thing to clear off through gambling. I wouldn't say I did it single-handedly, but I spent the most time gambling. But I was also the grifter who gets to cheat on it. I like that scenario. Right, I'm done. Picts are attacking, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we have got 3, 3, 2 is our defense. 1, 2. What's this? Oh, I was worried then. So So I think the directions have evened themselves out a little bit. Completely defended. So very correct to whoever said left. 3 on the grey number, all defended. So we get ourselves a soldier. And then year 5 is going to be 2 soldiers, 1 builder, 2 servants, 1 citizen, 2 resources. Choice of path is going to be completed cohorts, large buildings. I want the L shape, don't I, for scouting? So I'm going to pick that. Scouting above all else. And we might complete a cohort. What are we doing for points for this? Collected goods, I'm probably going to have all 3. Constructed landmarks, am I going to build 3 of them? I don't know. Completed wall sections we're going to do, so there's 6. Scout columns I'm going to do, there's 9. I'm sure we can scrape up 3 more points from the other 3 cards. I think we're going to be okay on that challenge goal. Are we going to do the main goal, though? Have I had these things? I don't know, because I'm just yapping. I don't think I have. This and this. And then get the box cards as well while you're at it. 1 and 2. I've got those numbers. Show me some other ones. Income. 6, 7 on the resources. 2, 4, 6, 7. And then 1 builder, 1 citizen, 1 point. So points, we are at the threshold, which is 15 for renown. I think I'm going to go discipline. So we could get some more of that as well. Maybe it's time, well, last round it might have been time to build the... Oh, did I decide left? It's not too late to build the courthouse, get some free people. I suppose they're not necessarily completely free, but... Okay, we've got a lot of stuff. I think let's get a resource dedicated on the wall, gives us a cohort. Let's even these cohorts up, gives another discipline. Scouting, don't forget scouting. We're already at level 9 on the patrician, so we're allowed to do it. I've got the L shape. Fill this in for 2 more resources and 2 more rows, which is 2 more valor. I wish I'd done valor actually, although I'm probably not going to win any more until the end of the round if I defend the attacks. We got to get moving on the builders and stuff, haven't we? How many? I need 2 different numbers, which potentially they could come out right from what the bot does next round. I'd have to get 2 extra picked attacks to choose those numbers, but it would be worth 5 points to do that, so maybe worth doing. Or have I got these builders in my hand? If we end up with too many resources, the large workshop is waiting to be built there. Builder, oh, so now I'm eligible for it because I've done number 7. And we'll do another one as well, why not? I've got 2 in my hand. And that means we can spend 3 of these resources going renown, renown, citizen. 2 more renown gets me a piety. I should probably build the landmark, right? So we need for the landmark a builder and 2 resources. Got loads of resources. And that gives me 2 valor, which gives me another soldier. Should probably spend 1 soldier at least doing another cohort. Which direction do you think? Left, middle, or right? We did the granary ages ago. I think in year 3, maybe at the very end of year 3, I think I did the granary. We're all evened up, and I feel like the piles have gotten a bit messy, but I feel like the numbers are kind of even, probability-wise. Citizens, a bit more valor would be lovely. To get to that 15, do another landmark. We're scared. We want cohorts done. Well, can we get some more builders? What if we had you 2 on a Peritoris, getting me a discipline and a builder. 2 builders here, getting me to building level 8 and a citizen. 2 resources getting me another renown and another cohort. So we've got 2 cohorts to fill in. So 2 directions, which do you reckon? then what? We might as well, I think, move up on a Peritores, get another discipline, because that's another builder. And we might as well go up on priests, because that's a third servant that could be spent on mining and foresting. I mean, a card that hasn't come out yet is points at the end for resource income, which I've got loads of, and a resource right now. Right middle, I'll go with that. They could be on both, of course, to get a Valor. It's only one Valor, though, and you're 2 away from doing something with it. Right middle. Okay. I feel like building the large workshop, because already we're going to have such a surplus, I think, of resources. Because I'm nearly at the end of these 3 things that I need to do as the requirement. So I think I'm going to go for the large workshop with 4 of these resources, which gives me a renown and a builder. Renown also gives me a citizen. And it's another... Oh, I didn't take the little thing for large buildings. That's sitting here, unchosen. I've done a few large buildings now, haven't I? I haven't got enough for now for the large hotel, but what we can do is... Another citizen out here gets me a soldier. 3 soldiers. 1, 2, 3. There's another discipline. There's another cohort. Should we even it up? It's 3, 4, 4 at the moment. Should we even it up on left, or should we get a Valor from middle or right? We're not going to be able to get all the cohorts, are we? Just because, like, I think I'm going to send 1 builder up there now, but I've left it a bit too late. You can only send 1 per year to the Wool Guard. And then get the Valor from 1. Which do you think, right or middle? And then with this combination left, so not to waste anything, I will go builder, resource, which gets me a citizen, which I can spend on getting nothing, or a discipline. I'll go for discipline. So we're doing decently on those. On right, I'll go with that. And we're getting Valor. As long as we defend something. Oh, we've got 8 cards coming in. Well, nothing for it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count that again. So we're getting attacked from middle, left, middle, right, left. We're okay so far, aren't we? 3 on the left is fine. As long as they're nicely spread out, we are fairly well defended, I feel like. So that's fully defended. 3 is in our grey number over here. So that is 3 Valor. 1, 2, 3, which gets us a discipline, which means we are starting next round with an extra soldier and builder. And we are at level 15 for Valor and Discipline, so might not have a massive surplus of resources because they need 2 each. I feel pretty good now after saying it was going to be saying I was off to a slow start. So this is my income card, isn't it? 2 soldiers, 1 builder, 1 servant, 2 citizens, 2 resources. The path card, one of them's got to be income, like resource production. Completed citizen tracks. I mean, I've done 2. I'm definitely going to do 4, which is 2 points. But resource production, if I can do that large precinct, then I'll have full resource production. In terms of, like, if one got me a soldier, I might be leaning more towards the one that got me a soldier. But I think resource production, because we're not going to get 5 full citizen tracks. In terms of getting extra points, because you still need 80. I'm going to go for this and get a servant and a citizen. And then for income, we've got 8 resources 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 citizen, 2 builders, and 1 point. Which I kind of feel like doing piety, because I don't know if any are at risk of going off the edge. Maybe valor, actually. Not valor, renown. If we did get the numbers on renown, we're at danger of going too far on that, because you can only get 25 points. I'm going to choose piety. Okay, things I need to remember to do. The bot cards. Now, I've got a feeling these numbers, I need both. 3 and 1. No. So did they not have a number? What do I need? 3 and 5. Did 5 come out like right at the start? Yeah, 5 was like their first round thing. So 5, I've got to rely on the deck for that to come out. Do I draw an extra picked card to try and get that? I might as well just try and draw twice first, hadn't I? Because we're also getting people out of it as well. I think so. Because it could be 3, and then if it is 3, I've wasted using his number. No, it's a number 2. So I'll do these ones first, because I can get a servant from here. That's a resource spent, so that's not an extra thing. And then we get number 3, so I don't need the bot's number. Spend a resource to do it. Get a builder for that one. So we might as well do it one more time. I don't think I particularly need all of these resources. So we need, what do we need? Number 5. It's number 1. So, oh, I need to give myself 2 renown. So didn't get the full points from it, but I don't think we can complain, really. Get another discipline. Hopefully I haven't spent too many resources from all of this. Yes, I was worried actually I'd be rusty. I'm feeling in the flow of it. Okay, so we can build a couple more things. You know what I mean. Landmarks. Valor gets me piety. Statue, discipline gets me renown. Either would be fine, wouldn't they? Just make sure you've got all of the stuff done first, eh? 2 builders on here get me a citizen and a discipline, which gets me a valor, and a cohort. So we want completed cohorts, don't we? So do I go for the discipline here? It's another point. So 1 completed cohort is a point, and it gets me a discipline point, and we're even it up with the... I'll at least get 2 more cohorts, 3 more cohorts, actually. So now we're all the way along the edge there. Let's make sure we've got the resources. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 more cohorts coming in. So if we want to risk it with left, there's another completed cohort. It doesn't sound bad, does it? And another soldier, yeah. And another soldier and builder for the valor and discipline that you'd get. So we've got all of these citizens, and I don't know how much we're getting from filling up the tracks, whereas, and we haven't really got that much use for servants unless we build the courthouse, whereas the large precinct here is just sitting and waiting. Gets me a renown. And a production, the 9th production for this, and a resource now. And yeah, you can see the leftover stuff now. So we've got 2... We can do both. So the column, the Valor landmark, builder and 2, you have to get to 15 on the track. That gives me 2 piety, which also gives me a servant. Gonna probably regret not having that courthouse now. Could probably still build it. No, I don't think I've got enough stone. Can do the statues landmark, which gets me 2 renown, which gives me another citizen. And we've got, look at all of these soldiers. Like, the fort's full, so the only place for them to go. They can't be involved in any trades at the forum as well, which I also haven't had to use, surprisingly. You get me a discipline. You get me another cohort. So that's 2, 3, 4. There's another discipline, which gives me another piety. And I can send 1 builder up there per year. So that's 2 cohorts coming in. There gets me a valor. Like, we've been a bit lucky as well with the way the Picts have come out. I know 1 got through, annoyingly, but yeah, that could have started from round 1. Small temple. I don't really build the temples very much, but I think small temple's probably going to be the thing to do. Let's see. Because I've got no real use for any of this other stuff, have I? Because I've got 1 stone, so I can only build, yeah, like the small temple, really. Or diplomat. I don't think I've got, I haven't got the resources for diplomat, unfortunately. So yeah, I couldn't complete the wall guard and the final cohort, but maybe if we'd built this earlier on, but I don't think that would have got in the way of the other stuff that we'd got done since. So the only way to get another soldier is to go along the performance track. It doesn't really matter, though. I don't think it's contributing to doing anything. There's no way of getting another resource, I don't think, anywhere on the board. The board? All of these things need 2 stone to build. 2 stone, 2 stone, 2 stone. We could build the theatre, but then it takes a stone to activate. So all off the table. The only thing we can do is a small temple, which is going to be worth a couple of points, and should the worst happen, will help us against a Pict attack. So piety gets me a point, and a servant that can get chucked in the temple. So temple, yeah, we need 2 people in there, 2 servants, because we actually can't send them anywhere else. And that gets me another piety. And we've got the favour, the ignore 1 Pict card that might get through. So all that's really left to do is not worth any points, I don't think. You can get me a soldier who can go straight up on the wall guard, but I can't get another one. I can get another builder. And then I could swap 2 things for another citizen, but what would that get me? It would get me nothing. Let's just finish. I don't think there's a way of getting any more points with what I had left, but I think what we did was worth it. If I'd built the courthouse, if I thought about the courthouse in year 4, I might have done that. But again, that could have ruined everything. So attacks, we didn't end up using the bot's numbers at all. So we've got 10 cards coming in. I really like the feeling of, like, it depends what sleeves you're using, doesn't it? But I really like the corners of cards and shuffling these sleeve cards as well. I do like it. Delaying the inevitable here. So we've got protection 5, 6, 6. We should be okay, and a favour to ignore if they all bunch up in one direction. Middle tried, but it wasn't enough. Everything is defended against. That's 4 more Valor, which takes us to the end. You get me a Renown, which gets me another Valor. 2 gets me a Soldier, but it's too late. 3, 4 gets me a Piety. And I think this is a pretty big score here. So 25, and then 14, another 25, and then 21. Path cards. Oh, what have we got on path cards? You're going to have to get out of the way a minute. Oh, that's... There's a camera that takes us up there, isn't there? There we go. So we've got collected goods. I filled that. 8 things. That's 3 points. Constructed landmarks. I did 3 of them. That's 3 points. So 6. Did the whole wall. 9 points. Scout columns. Did them all. That's 12. We're at the 12 we needed for the challenge. Cohorts. I completed 2 of them. So that's 14. Resource production. Did it all. So that's 17 out of a possible 18, right? That feels pretty good. Disdain. We did get a disdain. Quite lucky on that, but also managed to defend ourselves quite well too. So what have we got in the end? 50, 71, 85, 101? Is that? Try again. 50, 71, 85. Yeah, it's 101, isn't it? I think that... Like, it might be down to what we started extra with the challenge. Remember, it was was it a citizen and a soldier extra that I started with? But yeah, I haven't got all of the pads. I'm trying to get to the point where I can fit these geek box trays in the box without the lid lifting. And slowly but surely, as we're playing it, we're getting to that way. So you can see from the goals here, there's no extra rules. You must complete the fort, wall, and sippy and score 80 or more points. And you can see up here, yep, fort, wall, sippy, all done. 101 points. The challenge, score 12 or more points from path cards. Got 17. I feel like, yeah, for the ones coming up look a bit more ominous, but this one is was a bit of a breezier fort, I think, for this late on in the campaign. But I think things work together particularly well. For whatever reason, whatever gave me the nudge to ignore my usual compulsion to scout was probably quite helpful. And I think generally, one round we made a mistake picking the directions, but generally we were pretty good from picking them as well, weren't we? But there we go. So I'll be back somewhat soon with some Hadrian's Wall. I know that we've missed a couple, so maybe we should try and catch up. But I won't promise anything because I keep saying things are going to happen, and then time a right pain. I could do with like just a year or so of frozen time, get through all of this stuff, play all of Frosthaven. It'll all be magnificent, won't it? Become good at painting. I'm fine with being bad at painting. It's more the time to play the things that matters. So yeah, there we go. I really enjoyed that though. It's been more panicking about it's been so long and I haven't gotten back to this. But actually, the big thing is, I've missed this. And I said earlier on, like, I'm really going to miss this when the campaign finishes as well. Not that I'm getting rid of it. I did think like, well, you've played it loads solo anyway, and then you've played like 16 plus games of it in the campaign. You're going to play loads more Hadrian's Wall, but I still really enjoy it. I've kind of cracked a strategy of it, haven't I? But not to say that, like, I think didn't last time we did a stream, hasn't it been teased that not that there's another Hadrian's Wall, but there is another game coming from Bobby Hill that should satisfy Hadrian's Wall fans? I think that's the last kind of tease that we had. But yeah, who's to say that it won't get expanded in some way in the future? But either way, I'm pretty certain I've more than got my money for it, money's worth of it. Loved it just as it came out. As you say, yeah, the campaign. If you haven't seen like what I'm doing here, this is officially available from Renegade or Garfield. Just go on, just have a Google for Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. It's just a list of these things, 16 different forts. Some have different rules, all got different goals, and if you complete the goal, can you complete the challenge? If you do complete the challenge, you get to start next game with these extra things, which I imagine are designed to help you out with what the next thing was doing. Because that's the kind of thing that I think that because we're on such a roll now of getting the challenge every time, I think maybe it makes the challenge more doable because you're starting off with that extra stuff. Who knows, though? So there we go. I have... I don't know where that sentence was going. Coming up, there is tonight, because this stream was supposed to be tomorrow, and then I remember America's a bit busy tomorrow, isn't it? So let's bump it a day early. Tonight, there's going to be part 2 of Arkham Horror: Fortune and Folly, which is a big feature-length episode where we actually get into the casino, or do we? Well, yeah, we were in it in part 1, weren't we? Do we get to do stuff in there though? Yes. Or do we? And then there's going to be the next episode of Mansions of Madness is coming up. That's going to finish. And then we're going to finish the Scythe campaign as well. So I'm caught up on all of the things. Still some editing to be done. Still some stuff to be done. I am going to be filming, I think, Macau, like a vote that we did. I think it's Essen maybe got in the way of it. It didn't win, I don't think, but like do a Stefan Feld game with a solo variant. Got really high in our Patreon vote fairly recently, and it stuck in my mind because I've never tried any of these fan-made solo modes. I know the new ones do come with solo modes, but yeah, I've in two minds whether it's going to be Macau or Trajan. But then I read some stuff about Amsterdam, some stuff of people really not very happy about the changes that have been made, some people loving it. I haven't got Amsterdam, but it's just made me think, oh, I'd really like to play Macau. So it makes me think. Trajan's amazing as well, though. I feel like Macau I'm going to have to brush up on a little bit, but Trajan I feel like I could just jump. We've played Trajan so many times, even though it's been a couple of years. I could probably dive back into that. Watch me mess it up now, though. Finish the campaign, but you probably... Oh, yeah, there's promos, isn't there, from the Legacy of You campaign? You get some more promos for Hadrian's Wall. Because I haven't got any of those promos as well. There's another one that is Actor, the one that already came out in Dark Fate, the new one. Yeah, I've only got the base stuff. But yeah, there's loads of stuff coming. There's more filming happening. There's... editing, unfortunately, is the thing that has to be done from then. But yeah, there's stuff coming up. Wingspan Asia is ready to go up very soon. There's just from a night when I was playing Marvel Champions, I thought, well, why not stick the camera on and blabber a little bit? So there's I don't know when that will come up, but that is filmed. You can see some Wolverine in action. There's loads of stuff coming up, basically. Loads of lovely board games. And yeah, you can help make it happen and keep it all going at these various places. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I don't know what we're going to be doing live next week, because I think I'm going to film the Feld. Maybe that should be a live stream, though. I don't know. But yeah, Thingy did quite well as well. Thingy, that's going to help. 11 did quite well in the vote. It didn't quite win, but yeah, maybe we should do some 11, because yeah, there's not enough football chatter at the moment, is there? Heck, it's cardboard football. It's football I can put up with. Thank you, everyone, for being here, though. We'll do more things next week. Check out I post in all of the social media places, including Hive. I don't really know what Hive is, but I'm there and I see people do things because it's smaller, I guess. But yeah, check out on Monday. I post the things that are going to happen. Sometimes it only goes up on Patreon, though, because I'm bad at things. Thank you very much for being here, though. And yeah, I'm going to edit some stuff right now, probably. Thanks, everyone. And yeah, enjoy your Thanksgivings and that. If you're in, well, I was going to say the places that celebrate America, right? Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everyone. And enjoy your Thursday, everyone else. See you very, very soon for some more gamery games. And Marty says bye, too. Do you say bye, Marty? Not even responding to the kisses. Not even bothered, is he? He in spirit, though, he says bye. Thanks for watching, and see you very soon. Bye bye.